This is your majesty, my build, the College of Glamour multiclass with 2 Life Cleric, and it is designed so your bonus action is some of the most powerful in the game with the Mantle of Inspiration giving you temporary HP, or the Mantle of Majesty command giving you command on your bonus action. And for your action, you can use the Life Cleric's Preserve Life or many of the control options the Bard has in its arsenal for you to play. I'm going to go through it level by level. I'm going to show you how to level it, what I ran into problems in my co-op playthrough with my friends, and everything you need to know to make this build work for you. So, let's get into it. All right, let's start with level 1, where we know the Bard is at its weakest most of the time because it really doesn't do anything that special. You go with Vicious Mockery and Friends to get you through conversation checks. Or if you want to group up your enemies for a Radiance build, you can do Minor Illusion or any other AoE you might have, maybe a Cleave. So, for spell selection, I would like to go Healing Word. Long Strider is always great if you don't have it on your team. Dissonant Whispers as a great attack and a potential CC. And then Tasha's Hideous Laughter as a potential CC as well. So you got a couple chances to really affect the fight here. Now my personal spread is this for if you want to go first, and that's a real big priority with you like early, like it is for me, because letting these computers go at all might be like detriment to your health. But if you prefer this stat spread for a more, I'm gonna hold my concentrations early, you can go that as well. Now the cool thing about Bard, you can get a lot of these proficiency early. My favorites are Intimidation, Sleight of Hand, and Persuasion. And I already have Persuasion, so it would probably be Perception after that, because Perception is very good in dialogue as well. You want this guy to be the face of your party. Just look at him. He looks awesome. Now, the cool thing about Bard and the Your Majesty, you could actually, if you want this person to really take advantage of your Life Cleric options, you can go early split into Life Cleric. So you can go like, uh, you kind of don't want anything that go off of Wisdom, as you saw earlier. None of my stuff scales off of Wisdom, so you kind of want Guidance. That can be good if you don't have it or don't have the necklace. Light or Blade Ward, which is a very good option. Go Life Domain gives you Disciple of Life, which gives you health back and many health points as you used on that spell. Really, really good. Heavy Armor Proficiency, super good on a Bard. Cure Wounds, very easy. Something to do, like a one spell slot to do. And Bless. Their skill proficiencies also kind of end up kind of hitting some of the ones you didn't get in your first level of Bard, like Religion, Medicine, stuff like that. So it's a pretty good way to just get yourself going. Don't pick anything that would involve you actually attacking or rolling anything or trying to save anything. For your spell here, I will go with Sanctuary. Doesn't involve any of that. So like right now, you're 1/1 Bard, 1/1 Cleric. You could go to get the Preserved Life just to kind of complete your like healing kit that you want for this character. Personally, I would just keep going into Bard. Get some of the utility options like Featherfall. And Healing Word is a great bonus action to get your teammates up. And if you even upcast it to like level 5, which, it's not always advisable sometimes, but in an emergency, it's really good. It's really, really good, dude. Now at level 3 Bard, you get your Mantle of Inspiration, but we also pick a spell here first. Cloak of Daggers is a great concentration, but I really focus on this character being more supportive for my friends or whoever it is in your party, especially if you go to second into Life Cleric really early for Preserve Life. But you can go Hold Person or you can go Cloud of Daggers. Now, because it's consistent and doesn't involve a save. Now, the College of Glamour is when things really get interesting. Love this subclass. It gives you the Mantle of Inspiration, which imbues 2 allies with your vigor and grant them 5 temporary hit points. If they're hit with a melee attack, your attacker becomes charmed. You could do this with 3 allies at a time, and that's 5 temporary hit points. And you get hit with a melee, you're good. You charmed it, and that's going to be important later. And you get your skill expertise, not as much as the lore bard, but you can get sleight of hand and persuasion, so they can be your lockpicker or your rogue if you don't have one. And yeah, just keep it going. You see the bard, level 4. If you didn't pick up friends before, you can pick it up now. I'm looking at maybe knock as a easy way to get things. Enhance ability is a good way to help you with checks. Well, basically it gives you advantage in that category of attribute, maybe dexterity, strength. So I like going this. You really don't need that much attack capabilities on this character. Personally, I like going to 2 charisma or alert here. I like going to charisma for the main reason because I want to be able to control the enemy with my command spell. Because you're not gonna get the charm on every single time. I will go bestow curse because it got a great effect with dread. And then I would switch out something like Featherfall to get something like Plant Growth, which is a great spell. Just to CC the enemies even more. Especially at this point in the game where you're pretty deep in the Underdark area at level 7. You're basically in Act 2. So you go Bard 2. You're at Bard 6 right now. Right here, I think this is a good time because right when you get your Mantle of Majesty to get out of here, get a glyph. And I would also switch out maybe something like Cloak and Daggers for fear. If you want another CC, but I'll say keep everything the same. Now, level 6, this is a good time to break point out of Bard for now. And take those 2 Life Cleric points. Or if you already got the Life Cleric because you wanted the armor proficiency early, you go ahead and pick which one you want. Personally, I go with Illustrate because, you know, Bard stuff. And then you don't need... You get in... How Cleric works, you are preparing spells. So all you have to do is pick which ones you want each level. And you can change them through the prepared book. So don't have to worry about that too much. Take the 2 Life Cleric. And you could keep going into Cleric if you want to get 4 to get the extra feat. This is where you can kind of split off, where you can go to 8-4 split or the Cleric 2 just to get preserved life. Or if you really want to go for the goal, you can go a pure 6-6 split, which might be really good too. Because really, you don't need the higher level spoils in Bard unless you go all the way into Magical Secrets. You really don't. And you don't need your mantle to be any stronger than it is at plus 11. You just need it to like charm the person one time, really. So personally, I would keep going into Cleric if you do not have an aid on your team and get this aid. If you do have an aid on your team, I would keep going into Bard and try to get the Magical Secrets at level 10 and get two awesome spells from an awesome spell list. So personally, I like versatility. I'm taking more ways to CC the opponent and more ways to ultimately get the Magical Secrets and just be absolutely the best support you can be. But the 6-6 split is very, very good because you get 2 preserved life charges. You're a 6 cleric, and you don't need any of the cleric stuff to actually hit. It's very good. I'll take but you do not get the if you go to 8-4, you get the last feat. So you really got three choices: the 10-2 Glamour Bard, the 6-6 Life Bard, and not well, I will call it a Life Bard, but Glamour Bard, and then take. Be honest, your build's basically done at this point. You can take whatever you need. Greater invisibility can be really good. Fear out. Take out anything that feels weaker, but really your spell is looking absolutely nuts for support. And you could take Hanger of Hadar, a lot of different support skills like later at Magical Secrets 12, which we're not there yet in this particular playthrough, but I really wanted to get this build out. Let's go back. All right, got one of my teammates right here who trolled me to name himself the Knight of Sodium. And then we're going to, let me see. Oh yeah, hit him with the Mantle of Magic, Mantle of Inspiration. You can target up to 3 people. At level 10, you can target all 4. And it only takes, let me just move myself here. And it only takes 1 Bardic Inspiration off of your bar, which is really good because if they only take 1 off your bar, you can keep doing it during the fight as your bonus action. Let's say by some miracle they take. All right, so here's some of the gear you kind of want to look out for going into the last act. So for this build, holding your concentrations is a must. So anything that gives you Constitution saving throw proficiency or advantage, or concentration saving throws with like the worship servant hat, you can get just from buying it from the shop at the lady. Once you hit Act 3, if you beat Minthara, you can get the Spider Sick armor from her, or save her later from Moonrise. And you don't want to get knocked down or prone. That would also break your concentration. So you maybe Ketheric Thorn's armor in Act 2. And then any life thing you can get. Like the Whispering Promise, the Reviving Hands, the Amulet Restoration, and ultimately get a good staff. And it's best. What I really liked about this, I don't need really super powerful spell save DC for this command to do. Like, I was able to put it on Raphael at least 3-4 times before he actually broke out with this build. You just using my bonus action, which opens up my regular action. Maybe you got some Malefic powers. Maybe you got all these multitude of CCs that Bard gets off rip with a decent spell save DC. And the armor of, which I really like this, the armor of Landfall, if you want to go pure like Glamour Bard, it's really good. Like, you get Plant Growth, you get spell save DC, which basically just makes it so you hit all your rolls, and you get a free Plant Growth, and you can heal on top of it. But you can get the amulet, this amulet of full healing, and so that's like 4 HP a hit if you wanted to be a little bit more selfish, or maybe your teammates are just so strong or something. But really, this build is for if you think things are going to go a little bit left just because your friends don't have like as much knowledge as you in the game, or you want to take the game a little bit slower, a little bit easier. This is the type of build that can make it real easy for you, especially with the 2 in Life Cleric. So I hope your majesty will not fail you when you try this build out for yourself. I had a blast with it. We're about to finish the game. Maybe next weekend, maybe the weekend after. Again, for me for like the 5th time. For us as a group, like a 2nd time. So it's really awesome to play. Y'all have a great one. I hope y'all tell me what y'all think about the build, and if y'all enjoyed it. Peace.